Today we will see for Bitcoin the weekly close, now 2% here on the monthly return. We will also talk about the next key zones here for Bitcoin, especially when we have a look on the liquidation. The liquidity is still on top of us, but we have also keep attention on one specific chart because the price target over there will be here around 107,000 US dollars, and about also the next coming week, where we have also seen here on Wednesday and Thursday some more data coming out. So definitely stick around and let's directly go here in the liquidation map here for Bitcoin. As we can clearly see, a lot of liquidity is here sitting on top of us, 114,000 US dollars. As you know already, there is the key resistance level for Bitcoin sitting, but there's also one specific level down below here at 108,000, 107,000 US dollars. Also some liquidity sitting down below there. And this is also one specific chart we have to look now here on the 1 hourly chart. We have here building a rising wedge to the upside, broke already yesterday. In the afternoon, we broke here already to the downside, so we're potentially seeing now this coming day here a retest to the resistance line over there. And if we get a confirmed retest, target of the rising wedge would be around the ground. So it's about to 107,300 US dollars, and this is exactly in alignment with the liquidity what is building up here right now. Even if we are having a look on the weekly time frame here on the liquidation, we can see there is building up a more liquidity even also to the downside in direction of 106 to 107,000 US dollars. So it could potentially have, we will see here this breakout to the downside, grab all liquidity down there, and then forming here something like a bottom and continuation in middle of September, when the rate cuts will have the more continuation here to the upside, mainly a little bit more before the rate cuts. So on rate cuts, maybe we see a more correction here before we see higher prices. So this is also what I'm expecting here right now. One more continuation move to the downside, grab all the liquidity over there, founding here some support level over here, and in middle of September we will see here the move here in direction of 115,000 US dollar level. We have even also on our 1 hourly chart here the inverse head and shoulder pattern, which means the target of the inverse head and shoulder is here around kind of breaking the neckline here to the upside around 120,000 US dollars. So there are two scenarios in the card. One is the rising wedge here to the upside, price target 107,000 US dollars, but even also our inverse head and shoulder pattern with our breakout here in direction of 114,000 or 113,000 US dollars. For completing exactly this pattern here to the upside, we have to hold here our level around 109,700 US dollars. As long we are able to hold this level here in the next couple of hours, we should be fine and see more continuation here to the upside, because as you know already, liquidity also is sitting on top of us. So it mainly depends how the weekend will now close. If we see here more continuation to the upside, breakout in direction of 120,000 US dollars, but if we are not able to hold here our support line at around 109,000 US dollars, expect here definitely our rising wedge here to the upside will play out, and the price target is here clearly 107,000 US dollars. So here you have two scenarios. For sure you can short this trade to the downside, but in my opinion it doesn't make sense to go here in any short position as long we are in a kind of uptrend. So at least if we are reaching our target of 107,600 US dollars, you can potentially open also a long position down below here. Keep the stop loss very tight, because if you're losing this low, we could expect also more continuation to the downside. If this will happen, we also will break here into our resistance line or support line. You can call it as you want, because if you're breaking here directly inside our support line as it is right now, we keep it as a resistance. Saw this one as a massive fake out, and then we will see more continuation to the downside. So very tight stop loss. I would keep the stop loss kind of like a 0.5%, 1%, so kind of in this range. And price target would be around the top 115,000 or 14,000 US dollars, so kind of like in this ratio. So there you have one trade scenario. Assume we are getting here in our price target down below. But for another one on the inverse head and shoulders, you have even also the possibility to get in a new long position. Assume we're breaking the neckline, stop loss kind of also around 1% here to the downside. You can also make the stop loss a little bit closer, so a little bit tighter, because assume we're getting the breakout, or you can wait for the breakout and just take the retest as a trade entry. Target zone would be here around 120,000 US dollars. And at least if we are taking out this high at 117,000 $113,500 US. Expect also a move back into higher levels in direction of the all-time high, because we have also sitting here at $116,000 US a CME gap. So as sooner or later the CME gap will definitely get filled. So even also have this one in mind. As soon we're breaking here $13,200 US, take out these high here, we should expect here continuation to the upside. So this is exactly the key level we have to watch about. $114,000 US is the key level here in the cards for Bitcoin. We can also go for it in the 15-minute chart to see a little bit more clear about the trade entries. So as you can see here, we're now holding here kind of our range here. So we are in an uptrend long. We are not losing here last lows here. We are still fine. So if we are losing here $109,300 US, as I mentioned in the video before, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, as soon we are losing here this low, we should be a little bit more in trouble, because then trade target would be around $107,000 US. But it seems like that we are forming here now our right shoulder. So at least if we are able to break here in direction of $112,000, $113,000 US, we are already still fine. We can also put our EMAs in. And here we can also see our daily 50 moving average is here exactly our resistance line to the upside. So this is the key level we definitely have to break here in direction of higher movements. For now, we are still fine. 50 moving average and 200 moving average is quite close to us on the 15-minute chart. So at least if we are now today breaking here the 50 moving average here to the upside, stay above our 50 moving average, as we saw it also here on last weekend already. So we can potentially see the same scenario as we saw on the last week. So something like here, we see the move now on the weekend to the downside, get here more continuation in the beginning of the week to the upside. Maybe one more move to the downside, and then in direction of the rate cut, we will flip here all our EMAs to the upside. We're trading here around $114,000 US. And as soon as we're getting the rate cut, we could potentially see here one more drop here to the downside, because everyone is expecting here on the rate cut date more continuation on Bitcoin. So it could be like a sell off the news event. So be prepared about it. We will definitely talk about next week a little bit more about the rate cuts, but mainly that's it's here for today. So expect here also some more volatility came in the market, especially on Wednesday and on Thursday. On Wednesday, we have PPI data coming out, and on Thursday, we get the CPI data and also the initial job claims. So definitely have one eye on the economic data here. My Bitcoin trade is still running, so I keep the trade still running open. So we're here kind of in a profit, like around 1%, so kind of on break even on the trade. As soon we're getting one more push to the downside, I will add some more to my position. As soon we are getting our break here at $114,500 US to the upside, I will increase also my leverage on my position. If you want to know how the strategy is exactly working out, just go in the video description. There you find a link exactly to my strategy. Otherwise, leave a comment down below if you have questions to the strategy. Then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then we see in the next update tomorrow, hopefully with more trading profits.